Claude surged past ChatGPT in downloads, even as the US government ordered federal agencies to stop using it. And OpenAI secured Pentagon access, Amazon's AI spending rattled markets, mobile leaders confronted with geopolitics, and China showcased embodied AI. The AI power map is shifting, and it's shifting extremely fast. Hey, I'm Niniola, and this is the Decode Tech and Money, which is your weekly briefing on power, capital, and policy. In this week, we trace how AI is reshaping government procurement, defense strategy, and capital markets, as well as global infrastructure. See, AI is no longer just a product cycle story, it is now about trust, control, geopolitics, and understandably leverage. And our first story kind of features how the US government has ordered federal ban against Anthropic. So let me get that loaded on here and we'll walk through it. So our first story is a turning point in how government and AI companies negotiate ethics and boundaries. So, what happened? So President Trump has directed all US federal agencies to stop using Anthropic's technology. So Anthropic are the creators of Claude and I believe Opus Engine. So the order came after Anthropic refused to remove usage restrictions on Claude for unrestricted Pentagon access. Officials have signaled a 6-month phase-out window, which will involve unwinding existing deployments across all federal systems. And I believe the Defense Secretary also designated Anthropic as a supply chain risk to national security. Now, in response to this, Anthropic's CEO kind of said the company, in essence, cannot, in good faith, concede to unrestricted military use of its technology. And to be fair, that's a fair enough stance, and it's quite difficult to understand what areas realistically that they were unable to agree on. Like we do have the high level, but it's again super at this point in time. Here's my take on this, and here's how I see this. Right, this impact is a lot more larger than it seems, and it's larger on the wider industry. So this isn't just executive branch rhetoric; it's a turning point in how governments and AI firms negotiate ethical boundaries. From my stance, Claude's ban shows how federal agencies are now actively moderating in shaping AI models and how they're deployed and how they are accessed. So for AI developers, enterprise operators, ethical guardrails are in fact a strategic decision with real commercial circumstances. Holding fire on safety principles, may win trust amongst users, but not necessarily regulators. So it can also, terminate contracts, as we can see in this very instance. The difference between being successful and being significant is integrity, and integrity compounds. And in this instance, I think realistically Anthropic did the right thing, and the standoff is quite clear between Anthropic and other competitors such as OpenAI. So the standoff cleared a path for a rival, and OpenAI has moved fast to fill in that gap.